Hey there, CS210 students. Let's talk about Chapter 2's lab assignment. So in this lab assignment here, so what we have is to write a program where the miles per gallon and the cost in dollars per gallon, both of those are doubles, are the input values. So these are going to be read in from the console. So you have to use some CN to get that input. And then the output is the gas cost for having driven 20 miles, 75 miles, and 500 miles. So we have to put in what the miles per gallon is. And again, I'm just using their example here is 20. The cost per gallon, so this is $3.15. They always got the 99 at the end. So those would be input from the command prompt. And so then the arithmetic then should spit out for 20 miles driven. That's 20 miles per gallon, so that's 1 gallon of gas. That would be $3.16. Excuse me. So if we drove 75 miles, so our total cost, so something that we need to consider as we calculate things, so maybe before we actually get the total cost, we need gallons needed. And so to get that, that's going to be the miles that we drove divided by miles per gallon. So in this case, that's 75 by 20. So we should get the 1185 if we do the arithmetic right. So 75 divided by 20, that's 3.75 gallons times our cost of $3.15.99. And so we get the 1185 just like they have there. So keep in mind, that's probably kind of a helper variable that you want to use right there. Now, in terms of variable conventions, you need to have a variable for the miles per gallon, the cost per gallon, the miles driven. If you're going to use this helper variable, call it number of gallons, and then a total cost variable. Keep in mind that I'm expecting you to camel case your variables. So this would be something like miles per gallon right here. Do not use MPG, miles, PG, miles per gal, any of that stuff. Be explicit. Use a good naming convention for the variable names. Also, they want you to use the set precision method, and you can look back in the chapter contents. The set precision method will let you display the output using the two variables. So in terms of how you're going to structure this project or this lab, you can look back at section 2.23. They have a really close example where you have an hourly wage, you have the hours worked per week, and then an annual salary, where they're hard coding in these hourly wages and these hours per week. What you would be doing is you would be getting this in from the CN. So you're going to get that in from the keyboard. And then you can see that they're going to do the calculations, and then they're going to see out the output. So for this assignment, you do not need to create a function or anything. You can copy and paste the exact same code. You can do it 3 times, once for 20 miles, once for 75, and once for 500. So that's okay for this assignment. I'm not looking for you to make any functions or methods. We'll do that later on in our class. Last thing to point out, so you'll write all of your code in here. Make sure that you get rid of comments like this, type your code here. And I do expect to see some comments as far as what you are calculating, but not every line needs to be a comment, okay? All right, that's it.